Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy, and today we're going to be talking about some Star Wars things that I found in storage. And it's sort of a eclectic mix of things, of vehicles and figures. And I'd like to start off with a figure over here of Captain Nida. And he's part of the Legacy Collection series. And what that is that these figures came with a. Let me show you the back here so we can see what I'm talking about. They came with a part, and if you bought all these figures, you would have all the parts to make this figure U3PO. And you could combine that figure with these Ugnaughts over here, who were on Cloud City and Bespin. And, well, the thing is that somebody got into this. And I'll show you what I mean. I bought these two figures at the same time. I was very excited. Oops. Now, I never even noticed that, but someone had opened this up, and look how clumsily they taped it back together again. But they took the leg, and not until this moment in time did I realize that that leg was missing. So I was going to sue, but they told me I didn't have a leg to stand on, so I had to let the case drop, and we will refer it to a private detective if Mr. Holmes is still available. Here we go. There's Captain Nita. And Captain Nita is a really cool figure. I liked him. And he was only on the screen for less than a minute. And I kind of felt like he was a cool dude. Lucas likes to kill off interesting characters, I noticed. Like in The Phantom Menace. Was that the fourth? The first Star Wars. See, it gets all weird because of what Lucas did. 4, 5, 6, then 1, 2, 3. Anyway, he kills off Qui-Gon and Darth Maul, the only characters of any interest to me in that movie. And he does that in other movies too, killing off interesting characters. He does that in Rogue One. There's this interesting character that he kills off, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, stop it. Anyway, here we have some Imperial Guards or Royal Guards, and you'll recognize those from Return of the Jedi when the Emperor arrives at the second Death Star, and the guards come down the ramp, and 6 of them in total. So I have 6 of these guards, but I ended up replacing them because they came out with better sculpts of the Imperial Guards later on, so I bought 6 of those. And I guess eventually these will end up on eBay. But as you can see here, this is kind of interesting. Not interesting, but amazing that even though this has been in storage for a great many years, it still says Kenner, for God's sake. This card is pretty minty fresh. It's amazing. This shows how long ago this was. See that sticker? That's for Kmart. Kmart doesn't even exist anymore. It shows you how things change over the years. I never thought Kmart would go out of business. But there you go. Sears, JCPenney. I understand there's a few stores left, but they're pretty much on the ropes. They're done. Here's a Darth Vader figure that I bought at a place called Best Buy, or maybe it was just called Best. And they're out of business now, too. They closed up shop back in the 2000s. And look how fresh this card is. It's not shelf worn, it's not dirty or dusty. The plastic hasn't yellowed. It's in great condition. So that's also is. I'm trying to figure out how did I have this packed that none of these things sustain damage. Then we come to these Stormtroopers, and again, we're looking at really minty fresh cards. I think one of these has a price tag. Now, let me see how much it says here. I don't know what store this is from. $4.77. This might be one of another best figure, because I did buy a lot of the red cards from the early days from that store, because I worked at a store that was right next to it. So I'd go over on my break and buy some figures. And you can see here that the card on all three of these is fantastic. I don't know how that happened, but I would like to be able to repeat that. Next up, let's move these and we'll go over to the... I just punctured the card. I just punctured this part. It was unpunched. Oh, well. I guess given enough time, everything gets broken. This is from the Shadows of the Empire, which I don't remember a lot of people really getting into that. I didn't care for it. The only thing I bought from that was this, and this is from The Empire Strikes Back. And I had another one, and I bought both of them at Toys R Us for $10 each. They were having a big sale. I bought a Millennium Falcon. I bought 3 AT-ATs, an ATST, 2 Snow Speeders, two Darth Vader TIE Fighters, a TIE Fighter, an electronic X-Wing, and a regular X-Wing. And they were all $10 each. It's just unbelievable. I wish I had bought more, but I only have a few of them left because I sold them at the flea market. I had gotten into a little bit of trouble, and I had to sell off a great deal of my collection at that time. Anyway, this figure, this vehicle comes with, I don't know if Han Solo is in there, but that's... Oh, they made him look more like Han Solo, I noticed. That's interesting. It's different than the original Carbonite. You see more of his body in this one. Anyway, so there you go. The only sort of extra stuff about Star Wars that I like is Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn. I think he wrote 3 books in that trilogy, and I really enjoyed those books. I loved them. Most of the other books, I never connected with them. But if you ever get a chance, read Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn, and you'll be hooked on those. Next one up is a TIE bomber, and that's from Empire Strikes Back, and it comes with a TIE fighter. Well, it comes with a TIE fighter pilot, but I guess they use the same costume for the TIE bombers. And there's a scene from the movie showing them. So that's kind of cool to get another TIE fighter pilot. And I really like these bombers. This is an exclusive from Target. And I believe I bought this in 2007. I'll have to look that up. I didn't actually write that in my hobby journal. Well, it's written in my hobby journal, but it doesn't show a date, so I don't know why I didn't put a date on it. But I was going through financial trouble at the time, so I probably shouldn't have bought this. But now that my financial trouble is somewhat alleviated, I am certainly glad that I have this. It's a very cool item to have in your collection. This up here was given to me by my friend Mike. It's kind of a ratty box, but the kit is complete, and I actually plan on building that. I built one before, and it got heavily damaged when I moved from California, so I threw it out. But I'll build it again with this kit. I don't need the box, so there you go. So there you go. There's a small assortment of Star Wars things. And I want to thank you for coming to visit me and joining the Iggy Army. And of course, you're always welcome here to get Iggy with it. And why not hit the like button or smash the subscription button? Uh, we'd be glad to have you. We got some cool guys on the site now, and they like to communicate with other members. So we'd all be glad to have you. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. May the Force be with you. Always. Actually, I'm an imperialist. I shouldn't say that.